Welcome to another edition of High Times. It's High Times with Mr. C, aka the Hoodwin. What's happening, y'all? Hey, this is the Global Cannabis March of 2023. It took place down in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. It took place, of course, during the summer, and we took a break. And now we're back, and we're coming back with season 2. And we're starting off with the Global Cannabis March.
This is a voiceover over a voiceover. It's now legal as of January 1st, 2024. It is now legal.
Do it at your house.
This recording
amongst friends
was done back in March.
But this is the Global Cannabis March. We're going to talk to a few people, get some interviews,
down at Rehoboth Beach,
and find out what's going on.
So legal.
Let's get ready to go over here to
I'm going to put this
what they
Global
call
Cannabis
this the
March up
bandstand.
anyway.
Right here, we're going to listen
Allow
to
it to be seen, so
then we're going to get some interviews.
That,
this is Mr. C. It's High Times.
All right.
Back.
So, taking you back into the Global Cannabis March.
But in the meantime,
down at
let's
Rehoboth
get up
Beach,
here on
Delaware,
stage and let's find out what's going on. All right?
It is now
the Global Cannabis March of 2023
legal in the state
Beach,
of Delaware, recreational and medicinal. It is now legal as of January 1st, 2024. It is legal recreational. All right, so way to go.
All right, Jackie's coming around with raffle tickets. We have lots of giveaways today, so make sure you stay tuned in and keep that ticket. So today we're out here marching in solidarity with 200 cities, 40 countries worldwide to call for an end of cannabis prohibition. And I just want to mention that it's actually the 50th anniversary of the first inaugural event that started the Global Cannabis March. And that began in 1973 in New York City, and since then, more than 800 cities worldwide have participated in this global event. And we're really excited to continue this tradition this year as a legal state! Yeah, can we get a big round of applause to all volunteer advocates who made cannabis legalization happen? For those who don't know me, my name is Zoe Patchell. I'm the Executive Director of Delaware Cannabis Advocacy Network and a co-founder of the cannabis legalization movement here in the state of Delaware. We've been advocating for 10 long years to end prohibition in the first state. And guess what? We did it! Delaware has a huge appeal day, April 23rd, 2023! Thank you! So if we legalize cannabis, why are we out here today still advocating? Well, more right. Because there's a lot more to do. And specifically today, we're calling on the federal government to end the state-federal conflict and deschedule cannabis across the nation. So federal legalization. And just for people who don't know the history, during alcohol prohibition was repealed after more than half of the states legalized alcohol. So we're at 22 legal states with Delaware, about to be 23 with Missouri.
You guys gotta come to Pennsylvania to help us out on an island. National.
So, like I said, we're out here calling for President Joe Biden, Representative Lisa Blunt Rochester, Senator Tom Harper, and Senator Chris Coons to end federal cannabis prohibition across the entire nation. It's really important. All right. So I'm going to bring up our first speaker, somebody who's been with this movement nearly since day one, has been advocating with us. Please give a big, warm welcome to Vice President Delaware Can, John Snyder.
undertaking that many, many volunteers put their blood, sweat, and tears on. Cars too. I think I went through 5 cars doing this. I think driving to Dover every couple weeks. But here's the thing: is it may feel free right now because of that. It's a small victory. But anytime these laws get passed, they always try to pass what I call sore loser laws, which are backdoor laws that when the dust is settled and no one's watching, they start bringing up laws like SB 100. That's about that got out of committee, which re-felonizes. After we just passed the law that re-felonizes people with large amounts of cannabis, creating a violent felony. They just got that out of committee after we just passed all these legalization bills.
So I don't say another substance. I say this is the solution. It's a holistic solution. And I started educating myself. I started doing the work. It can help with PTSD. It can help with mental health. It can help with severe pain, chronic pain, which is what I had because of the car accident. It can help with a variety of things. Surgery, absolutely. Any kind of ailment. So educate yourself and understand what's available to you and stop listening and allowing other people to dictate how you're...
What's up, y'all? You know what it is. It's Mr. Steve. It's high times. I am the Hooded One, and we are in Rehoboth Beach today. We was where were we at last week? We were in Elizabeth. So we done made it from Elizabeth, New Jersey, all the way over back down Delaware, Rehoboth Beach, and we are at the Cannabis March. And I am here with ABC. So what does that stand for?
Andrea Brown Clark. I'm a Philadelphia transplant, but I've been in Delaware now for 25 years. So I'm ABC officially from DE.
And you're here with the march telling us about what? What are you telling us about?
Cannabis legalization, regulation, taxation, and education. I'm the Cannabis Coalition Coordinator.
You are the Cannabis Coalition Coordinator. Well, we have to reach out and make sure we contact you and talk to you. So what are the benefits? Everyone's saying it's legal, and I kind of say, yeah, well, for me it's been legal a long time, but now it's not legal to the extent where I want to see it legal, but we're getting there. So what do we have to do now?
Well, we've made progress because, as you mentioned, Delaware just became the 22nd state to legalize adult use, responsible use cannabis usage for anyone that is over the age of 21, as I will continue to reemphasize.
Over the age of 21.
21, you now are able to, and it's like we're laughing about it because we're so happy about it. This has been a 10-year journey, but in the last 2 years, we have had a significant progress in our movement, and we were able to finally get the governor to understand the will of the people that he was elected to support. And so that is the win. The fact that we can now have a choice in a holistic substance versus the opioid, and by the way, there's a class action lawsuit that Delaware is going to be participating in for opioid abuse, right? So now we're going to be able to offer a holistic medicinal benefit for wellness and preventative treatment.
That is very good. That is very good. Now, I don't know if we picked it up, but we got a little bit of your speech, and you were talking about the pain, because I suffer from pain too. I had 3 edibles yesterday, which made me feel so much better, from my friends at CBD Plant Matters. Yo, y'all got to check them out. I got to get with you guys again. So tell us about the benefits that you have gotten so far.
Absolutely. So 10 years ago, as you heard me mention on the stage, I unfortunately had a car accident. I was rear-ended, and through no fault of my own, in an instant, my life changed. I ultimately found out that I have several herniated discs in my neck, which led to nerve damage down my right arm, a trick hip, and it just...
I know the feeling. I know what's going on.
Anyone that has had anything like this, it's chronic pain that you can't describe. But what happened was, when I went to the people that historically were told to go listen to and follow our doctors, they immediately prescribed opioids and pain medicine. What I realized very quickly was that they didn't find a solution for me. They actually just medicated me and put me out of commission. So I would take a pill for the pain, go to sleep, wake up in pain, take another pill, and it became a vicious cycle. I realized I was losing life. Being a mother of two and a wife for 25 plus years at this point, I'm happy to say, I told my doctors I can't afford to tap out on life. I need to participate actively in my life. I need to be a mother to my children and a wife to my husband, and I am a business owner. I had to shut it all down. I did everything they told me, and I still, for 7.5 years, had an everyday walk with pain. After
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. That's a lot going on right there. Yo, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. I am Mr. C. This is the Hooded One, and this is High Time. Yo, what's up? We're back. I am Mr. C. It's High Times. I am the Hooded One, and I'm here with ABC. I had to stop her real quick so we could take a quick break because she's just telling you everything that's going on. And suffering from chronic pain myself, that's why I'm always smiling, yo, because I'm always medicated. But it's a good medication because I can still function.
Right. And that's so key. That is so important. So after 3 days, after firing my doctor, basically, I did my own education, became my own advocate, and realized that there were other solutions out there. Because when I tried to talk to my doctor about it, he said, if it's not in my white book, we can't talk about it. Well, that white book wasn't working for me. So I had to seek another solution. And that's what I did. I started with CBD. Everybody's pain is different. As you mentioned, you have chronic pain. I have chronic pain. Certain things cannot be fixed with CBD. Mine is more with THC. But again...
Mine is with THC too.
Okay, all right, so you know the level of pain. But because we're able to do that, today we can have an educated conversation, awake, alert, and alive and responsive. I couldn't do this.
Couldn't do that on perks.
I could not. Perk, Oxy, none of it. All of it that I had a drawer full. I put it all down the toilet and found the best solution. Within 3 days of me doing the holistic medicinal approach, I was able to turn my head to the right, and I hadn't been able to do that for 8 years. It made me a true believer. I said, why don't other people know? We got to get the word out.
We got to get the word out, and that's what we're doing. This is High Times. We're getting the word out there. ABC, you said you had a business.
I have a few businesses. I'm a consultant and I help people. You can come see me if you want to save money or make money. I'm also, as I mentioned,
well, to save money and make money.
That's right. That's what I do. I help people do that. And I will also be expanding my business into the legalization and education portion of making sure that we as social equity applicants in the state of Delaware understand how we can participate and monetize the right way.
Well, monetize the right way, so y'all gonna be on the lookout for the High Times Smoke Lounge.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
It's coming. We got a bar on every corner.
That's right. And now and we don't need to have that.
We don't need to have a bar on every corner because
that's not helping us. But this can. This can in many ways. It can help the communities that have been historically disproportionately impacted. It can help by getting people out of jail that have been criminalized, which is a systemic issue that has happened in black and brown communities. We want to reinvest the money from the taxation legalization portion of this into said communities, but we also want to make sure that through social equity, minorities, black and brown people that have, again, grown up in these areas that have been disenfranchised now have the structured training and development opportunities to participate legally in cultivation, in dispensaries, in extra activities that also support this industry. It's time. It is long past time. You can create generational wealth the right way.
That is very good. ABC, thank you so very much for your time. Thank you so very much for all that information. We appreciate you. So do we have an Instagram, or is there any way we can follow you, or how do we reach you?
I've been kind of off the radar as far as social media is concerned, but I am on Facebook. You can find me, Andrea Brown Clark. That's me. I am also on LinkedIn, Andrea Brown Clark. That's me. I will update all of these, all of my social media in the very near future. Actually, right after I get back from celebrating my 25th anniversary. But I will do that because we are now, since we have legalized, we've made the mission. That legalization was my mission. Since that's been accomplished, we're on to the next.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for all that information. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all stay in contact with me and we'll get you in contact with ABC. I am Mr. C, the Hooded One. It is high times. Thank you very much. And we are out.
All right, everybody get ready. We're going to take group photos.
I got it right there, bro.
Okay, cool.
Can I have you, I'm sorry, a little more to your left?
Sure.
Get the full line. Thank you.
Like it or not,
The safer choice is hot. Like it or not, the safer choice is hot. Like it or not, the safer choice is hot. Like it or not, the safer choice is hot.
Couple more. I gotta come get in it. Yeah. I didn't sit my back up.
Everybody say we. That's it right there.
I don't want to cover everything. Oh, okay. Let me know.
hold on one sec. Couple more photos, real quick.
I think I'm killing it. Well, somebody else hand me a quick phone.
All right, guys. If everybody wants to take a seat, we have lots of giveaways.
Hold it.
Hold on a sec. One more photo. Hold on. All right, one more
Got
photo,
it.
guys.
All right. Can I trouble somebody to take one with this one real quick?
No, we gotta get through it. Yeah.
All right.
I'll send it to you. All right.
Say we.
Everybody say legal
Yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's Mr. C. It is high times. I am the Hooded One, baby. And yo, we still in Rehoboth. We just doing the Cannabis March. You know what it is. We just talked to ABC. Now we talking to somebody now. Listen, we talking to somebody that is a, you know what? I can't even begin to describe what is going on. So let's let him tell it. And you are?
My name's Joseph Taylor. All right. Okay. First of all, I did 17 years for marijuana in the state of Delaware. 17 years. So 17 years. Nah, actually, it was more around my name about what I could have been doing than what I was charged for. It's like I only got caught over the whole 17 years with a little over a pound of weed.
Oh my goodness.
So we talking about a handful of weed. I did 17 years. No guns, no assaults, no type of robberies, no victims in any of my crimes. It's all marijuana charges and little misdemeanors and stuff like that. So the whole time I was, in my incarceration, I had to always remind myself that I was a good person, that this plant wasn't something that was harmful, because you think that way because of the place you are. You're incarcerated. So, I just kept my mind focused on that, because I came from, foster care, a place of, a low place. So for me to keep my mind set on freedom and an elevated mind state, it was hard because of the place I was in. But I kept that mind state, and then I started getting help from this organization such as Delaware Normal, Del Can, and I got out early. I wound up doing 17 before my actual release. I was released in the pandemic. I came home in 2020 October on the box, and I started my own barbershop. It was my only option, and I'm wearing my shirt, my logo, So shout out to with love, Josh Styles. My whole mission is spread love with every style, whether it's a cut, whether it's a piece of information, whether it's my life just being a message, or some type of just something for somebody to aspire to. Because of where I came from. It's not really the incarceration. It's the fact that my whole life was a struggle, even before I struggled with this plant. So, yeah, that's my story, man. I appreciate you letting me tell it, man.
I appreciate you telling it. So where's this barbershop?
Oh, it's 420 Pennsylvania Avenue, Seaford, Delaware.
Yeah. Come down there, check you out, do an interview, you know what I'm saying? So, for being on the show, yeah.
So, oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, in the house. Thank you very much for this interview. What else can you say to the people out there?
Man, keep mind focused on not just smoking, but the life and the culture of marijuana being health, a healer, and just equivalent to a lot of negativity, man. That's all.
Keep it away from being negative. Keep it positive. Thank you for this brother coming home, doing his thing. Thanks for the interview. We're going to get down to that barbershop at some point. Sometime we'll see him. Look for him again. Thank you very much. It's High Times. I am Mr. C, and we are out.
Alcohol is associated with 2/3 domestic violence, nearly 40% of all homicides, and almost 45% of all domestic assaults and sexual assaults. So, obviously, research shows, and anybody who has any knowledge of this plant knows that none of that is associated with cannabis consumption. So for me, not only is it safer for me as an individual to consume cannabis, but it's safer for me as a female to be around others who are also consuming cannabis rather than alcohol. And I'm not saying anything bad about alcohol. People should be able to consume. But consumers shouldn't be penalized for choosing the healthier, safer alternative. And this is really important. That's right. Yeah. So like I said, cannabis is safer than alcohol, so we need to treat cannabis like alcohol. And what does that involve? Well, you can grow your own hops to brew your own beer, so we need to be able to home cultivate and grow this plant in our home. As you can see, we're on the main boulevard here in Rehoboth. You can go to many of these establishments and purchase alcohol and consume in that establishment. That is what we need for cannabis as well. We need to treat cannabis like alcohol is being treated. Like I said, the research shows it's considerably safer. So I know you guys have heard me drone on for the last 10 years.
Yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's Mr. C. It's High Times. I am in the bandstand at Rehoboth, Delaware, and Zoe's running away from me, but I got to talk to Zoe real quick. Yes. Oh, shit. Put the glasses on. What you doing? This is Zoe. We go way, way back from when she first started this journey. And I was working on getting there, but I've been a part of it in the background, just helping out where I can and when I can. Yes, for many, many years. So you're legal, and I'm happy for you. So now what we doing?
We have a lot of work left to do. Obviously, you know, HB1 and HB2 didn't get everything done. We still need to fight for cannabis legalization, home cultivation, increase possession limits, and just basically repeal every single civil and criminal penalty for any type of cannabis offense. So we have a lot of work ahead of us because not one person should be penalized, for a plant.
So what else you got going on?
So we're also going to be trying to work on regulations to make sure that they're consumer friendly, as well as creating a fair and equitable market to make sure that the communities that have borne the brunt of cannabis prohibition don't get left out of this market like we've seen in other states. So it's so important of how we legalize and how this market gets rolled out. So we're going to be staying on top of all that, as well as continuing all our public education and everything. So
I'm trying to open up a shop, so we got to work on that license. What's going on with that part?
yeah, a lot of people have that question. The first thing is that there's actually a long process involved before anything will happen with like applications for businesses, and it starts with the governor making recommendations for the appointment of the new cannabis commissioner and the cannabis commissioner appeals commission. So then after that office is established, which involves Senate confirmations and everything like that.
So that looks like you're going to be running in this office, huh?
No, believe it or not, it's under the Division of Alcohol Tobacco Enforcement. It's kind of like a law enforcement position.
Okay, it's kind of a bad thing to be trying to get people that don't know anything about this to put them in a position to help run this. That makes no sense.
Exactly. So that's why we have to stay heavily involved in this process and call for Governor Carney to appoint people who know what they're doing, who know this market, who understand consumers, and put forth a market that consumers are going to be able to make that transition from the illicit market to the legal market. So there's a lot involved.
There's a lot involved.
Yeah, there really is. And then after that office gets established, then they basically promulgate rules and regulations, and that's going to be the roadmap of how people can get a license. But that process won't even start until the fall.
Well, you heard it, so that's what we're doing. Hey, it's High Times. I am Mr. C. That is Zoe. She is the executive director of
Delaware Cannabis Advocacy Network.
That's right. See, I got it.
Yeah, you got me.
Thank you so very much for this invite. Thanks for this time, Zoe. It's High Times.
So thank you for your years of support and helping us out.
Well, now we got a bigger platform, so now we're getting ready to go global.
Woo!
Yo, thanks a lot, y'all. This is Mr. C. It's High Times. We'll be back after this. Yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's Mr. C. I am the Hooded One. This is High Times, y'all. Thank you so very much for staying with us. And we're still down here in Delaware, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. We're in the bandstand, and we are talking to, now you've seen him on the Weed Stock. You know, he had a little clip. He did a little High Times thing. This is
Jones.
G-Jones. And follow him on the gram. We're going to put all his information up. But I want to talk to him. It's something about them hats. What's up with the hats?
Okay, so the hats aren't an accident. So I actually do a show on IG called Hats Off. I got a whole little hat collection, bang bang, got a bunch of different fedoras, got some fitteds. It's a vibe, but I like to take my hats off to people like you who are doing different things around the world, you know, around locally, just making some moves. So it's all about kind of helping the world know what's going on.
I like that. So what are you doing? Because I'm starting to see you at different things, and especially in our community, the flower cannabis community. So how did you get involved?
So how I got involved. I was 17 high. No, let me stop. Okay.
But not how you got involved with it, how you got involved with Delcan.
Oh, that makes more sense. So, kind of from being around the group and actually being a part of the community. So this is something that I like for us black and brown folks to know. We'll see events like Weed Stock Up and Smoke, and I go. And first time I went, you go with trepidation. You go a little nervous, like, all right, now listen, y'all gonna have me come out here, and then all the cops gonna come, and y'all gonna lock me up. That's how I felt. I was like, wow. And I would call my boys, like, yo, y'all should come up there. We ain't coming up there. You think that we gonna come to a place and just lock us up in front? And then after kind of meeting the people and doing what I do, because I am a spoken word artist and I do host different things, and meeting some of the organizers of it, including Zoe, and saying like, listen, I want to kind of be a part of this, because it makes people feel welcome. It makes you feel like this community don't roll with a bunch of judgment and hate. That's not the vibes. So like once you, but you don't know until you're in it. So I just wanted to help that further that. Yeah.
We appreciate you helping further that. So maybe we can get together, collab, and do some things. That is what?
This is High Times. You want me to do one?
I want you to do what you do.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna hold this microphone now. You gonna?
I got you. Yeah, because we want to say pause if you.
Yo, this is Mr. C. I am High Times, baby. You know what it is. I am the hooded one, and this is G Dash. He's about to drop his thing. He gonna give you a little bit spoken word. It's High Times, y'all.
I'm G Dash Jones. Spell out the dash when you find me. I'm thinking. Woo! When they said we had a time last night, let me tell you what they was talking about. Probably the same thing I got from High Times that I rolled up, inhaled, and then blew out my mouth. Okay, when they said we had a time last night, I'm gonna tell you what they really mean. What they mean is we probably steamed this greenish that made us feel like, oh, this is that good. I had to cough a bit. Excuse me. When they said we had a time last night, I was probably floating like the highest kite. And personally, after I took that first puff of this, I started to take flight. And I thought to myself, what is this green like? The same thing Popeye had that night? Oh, it must be, because I felt superhuman when I started to soar above all the trees, and all of my anxiety became relieved, and I was automatically at peace. Shouts out to High Times. Holla at me.
Thank you very much, G. We appreciate that, baby. I like that. Yo, it's High Times. I am Mr. C, the hooded one. We out of here. Till next time. Thank you. Peace.